welcome everyone to the Virtual Solstice podcast number 11. Today is going to be a special one. We got a lot of news and a lot of fun stuff to talk about. But first, I am your host, King Khada, and you can find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/king_Khada. Then we have our main host, Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna, also known as The Cuddly on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/TheCuddly, Leigh.
Yep, and then our friend Vanilla.
Hi, I am Vanilla. You can find me at VanillaBDSM on Twitch.
And then finally, our other friend, Aqua.
I am Aqua. You can't find me anywhere. I'm in Twitch chat sometimes. That's about all you're gonna find me in.
Oh,
He's
boy.
in my chat. Say hi to him there.
I'm in both. Actually, you can find. Okay, so Kevin's community can find me at the end of his streams just about every time. That's about when I show up.
It's a very specific location to find on the start of a podcast. Amazing. But anyway, so we have a lot of topics to cover for today, and we're going to start off with probably one of the biggest news to come out, because it kind of came out of nowhere, which is Apex Legends. So very brief overview of what happened is the people I think is Respawn, the people that are responsible for Titanfall. We're developing a game that was supposedly Titanfall 3. There's still no confirmation. They instead released Apex Legends. It's the newest Battle Royale game. You've probably heard it everywhere.
Actually, the newest Battle Royale is Tetris 99.
All right, all right, listen.
Gosh, Kevin, get your gamer news right.
Apex had its moment in the sun. It's time to step aside for the real Battle Royale.
Tetris Fortnite only Battle Royale.
You know, we're gonna get to the Nintendo Direct, but to start off with the Apex Legends, yes, it is fine. Second newest Battle Royale, but it's still the biggest one right now, because everyone got like paid things to do, played it on Twitch. It got world records of being I think it was 25 million downloads in just the first week. It is. Yeah, it's hugely popular. And basically what we wanted to just talk about is what has our experiences been and everything, and what do we think of it?
So, I like it a lot, but it's weird because I hate Battle Royales. I don't like the formula. I didn't like Ring of Elysium. I didn't like PUBG. Well, I like PUBG a little bit, but for the most part I don't like PUBG. I hated Fortnite. What were some other Battle Royales? There's a billion of them. Like 30 of them came out.
Tetris.
There's Battle Royale is the one that I like the most.
Yeah, Battle Royale. So I loved Battle Royale. I have like 200 or 300 hours in just normal Battle Royale. Great game. I think it made a horrible Battle Royale. I don't think that game's formula works for that.
It really depends on the type of game, I think. But what did you think, Vanilla?
Well, I'm a big fan of it. I loved the Titanfall games, and so the feel of this is very similar to it. And it feels good to shoot in that. I normally really don't like Battle Royales. I tried Fortnite twice, hated it both times, never played it again. And then my friends were like, oh, hey, this is free, you should try it. And only after I had played it a couple times and actually found I really enjoyed it did I find out it was in the Titanfall universe, made by the same team and everything, and it's just, damn, it's good.
Yeah, and I've been on a somewhat similar boat where I also typically hate battle royale games, and I was not going to give it a try. I was gonna treat it the same as Fortnite and like, oh, it's hugely popular. I don't want to try it, and
then we bullied you into trying.
Yeah, but my people bullied me into trying it. And it was also like I kind of give in because it is the team from Titanfall, so I know that my biggest thing for games is like having good gameplay, having like good fluid movement. So knowing that it's the people that made Titanfall, I knew it was going to be like somewhat kind of similar. So there is a lot that I like about the formula. What I was surprised about was that going in with a squad of friends, and it's very limited to only 3 right now. I don't know if they're going to change their formula, but it is just the first 2 weeks now. Going in with 3 people has been a lot of fun, and it's somehow even when you go and you die and you don't accomplish much, it's still fun to do. And I know it's like the argument like, well, playing with friends is fun anywhere. But there's something about that formula that Apex got as a battle royale that they're doing very right. And that you can keep playing without losing. Because, my biggest gripe, I've been a League player for like 5 years. I couldn't like keep going and keep playing because eventually it's just like you play enough, you get too much salt, and you're done because you keep losing, right? That has not happened with Apex Legends at all. It's weird.
I think it's the quick turnaround time. So like you lose, and then within 5 minutes you're back in the game. Where with League of Legends, like you really with League of Legends, you lose in the first 15 minutes sometimes. It's like, all right, so if we're going to try to win, it's going to be 35 minutes of turtling behind towers. And you feel like you're losing the whole time. Then you have to get back in queue, back to picks and bans, back through loading screens. The turnaround time for League is awful. It's absolutely awful. Apex, you're in and out quick.
Be interesting to see like the average ratings of games based on the turnaround time for their multiplayer platforms.
That would be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not somebody probably has the data. We just, I don't know. And see, the one thing that I find sort of bad is that like you can still climb a little bit, and the movement does feel very fluid. There's a lot of sliding action. Yeah. But I do miss the running on walls, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I miss wall running as well.
Like I think if they could implement that would be...
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to implement that for everyone. I think that's going to be something that's implemented to a new character, and that some characters will be able to wall run. Maybe it'd be a class, like I don't know, like a recon character can stick to walls or something.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Because I've been doing a big.
I think we might see that.
Yeah, and I can very much see that happening. I would of course love like a big patch where you can still run on walls. I mean, you're giving players equal footing on that. But with the environment that they have set and everything, it would make sense. I mean, it would just make it feel more fast paced too. Like everyone would be harder to hit, and there is still a lot of death. Like people are hitting it, so I don't think there'd be a much problem doing the wall running.
I would not agree to adding wall running to every character.
I agree. I think that the way they have it set up right now is you can build up a lot of like defense, so that's why they made it so characters are a little easier to hit, because you can recharge your shields, recharge your health, and also just have stacks of shield and health. And so I think it'd be a lot harder to, to kind of quantify having wall running for everyone, especially the characters that are really tanky.
I can kind of see that, yeah. Because that would just make it feel better, at least. Like, it might be because I missed that from Titanfall, but yeah, if you're putting it into the way that they built the game, that would be that makes sense.
What I think is really, really, really huge for Apex that people aren't talking about is the time to kill. Time to kill in the game is very slow, and I think that lends to Battle Royale very well. It makes the game a little slower. It's a little more tactical. You get to think through things instead of just dying to a random headshot from the forest somewhere.
That is a weird thing that I do like about it. That it is a nice mix of time to kill, because you're moving fast. You feel very fluid, but sometimes you need to just stop right there and like huddle up with your team and play tactically.
For sure, and there is plenty of time, at least like with the way the environment's built. Like most hot zones where you fight people do have good options for cover. There's almost always a way to save yourself. The shield building is big. Another thing that's really huge is weapon balance is actually insanely good.
Oh yeah,
like it's insanely good. Someone ran the numbers. The only weapon in the game that can't kill in one mag is the Mozambique. That trash shotgun that people sometimes use in video games.
Yeah.
That's like the only bad gun in the game. Every single gun is usable, at least. And that helps too with drops, because people feel cheated out of Battle Royale since the loot is randomized.
Yeah.
You don't really feel cheated in Apex if you get quote bad loot.
I'm glad that I was right about that shotgun, because it seemed like the only bad one. Because it's three
really
shots. Bad. It's 3 shots.
Oh, the shotgun pistol thing?
Yeah.
The shotgun pistol is
really
I
bad. Hate that one.
The only way you get a kill with it is... Because I think each individual pellet does get headshot multiplier. So you have to land like a specific amount of pellets on their head at a certain distance, because there is damage fall off. But that's only assuming they don't have armor. If they have armor, it's you're not killing them. It's just not happening. Yeah. That thing might as well be an airsoft gun. It's not doing any damage that's significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the magazine size are very like smaller. Like I mean, I personally, like, even though again, like, I've been having a decent amount of fun with it, I suck at aiming, so I feel like if I probably landed some of those magazines, it'd be great. But it is much more like unforgiving. Like you know, if you miss the whole magazine, you can either switch guns or try to reload and go back at it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Another nice thing is, like, with the melee, they didn't make it do a lot of damage, but they did make it push people back, which I think is really useful and a good feature to have.
Also, it does push people back, doesn't it? I haven't noticed
Yeah.
that.
Melee is a little bit
pushed
weird
people off
too.
stuff with it.
Yeah. It's a very weird one. Yeah, I feel that's most of our experience. Anna, what have you haven't played it, have you?
No, I haven't even seen gameplay of it, but I know that some of my friends really enjoy it, and I'm thinking about possibly looking into gameplay, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is it a free-to-play game?
it is.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's part of the
Yes.
big success. It was free to play right off launch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there
then I
are
might
some
give it a shot.
microtransactions that you can do, but it's definitely
Just
worth
like
at least
every
like
game.
giving a shot.
Yeah, because they're the same model as kind of like Overwatch, but without having to pay for it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's a good amount of info on Apex and how the discussion went. Next topic will be, this might be like just a very short one, but it did happen. It's the Blizzard and Activision, like Blizzard Activision, they're still together, had a new CFO, and they had 8% layoffs on the company, even though last year was their biggest years of profit for the company. Why the layoffs? Nobody knows. I think I'm just like basically mentioning this topic. I don't know if we have any like opinions on it. I just wanted to kind of let everyone know that like.
I have opinions.
Yeah, okay, then yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
So, they laid off. They announced to their shareholders that they got a metric crap ton of money. I don't remember the amount. Was it 7 billion? 8 billion? How much was it?
I don't know the exact number. I just know
They
it was,
made
like, the
a
highest.
absolutely ridiculous amount of money. When you look at company firings, company restructurings, we know that Activision acquired Blizzard. How long ago was it? Like 4 or 5 years ago. It was not too long ago, but it was also kind of a while ago. The point is, Blizzard had all these projects that they had planned. You know, they had like Overwatch was coming out before it was Overwatch. It was an MMO, but they had that in production. We know they had Diablo stuff in production, kind of. We know that Blizzard was busy with stuff. Now Blizzard really isn't busy with stuff. They have Diablo Immortal, which is being handled by a separate development team that isn't even at Blizzard. And then who the hell knows what else? We don't know what they're doing. Odds are probably nothing, because they would have announced it at BlizzCon. Activision might have just looked at it and said, we're paying a metric crap ton of people to do pretty much nothing right now. Their esports scene for any of their games is not taking off, so that got cut entirely. I mean, I don't know. We don't know what happens behind the scenes at companies. It looks greedy as hell because the guy did take a $15 million revenue boost after firing 800 people. That doesn't look good at all. And I'm not saying that that's great, but I'm also saying we don't know. We can't know if it was a decision based on greed. We can't know if it was a decision based on an honest assessment of the company and what they need at this moment.
And one thing I was gonna say that I've heard mentioned is that some people say, like, I mean, when they went to hire the new CFO, the guy that went in there probably was just like the only one that would take it, because he's like, okay, well, if I'm becoming Satan for the company, then I might as well like get all this money, and then just he was the one to take it,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a weird one.
I feel awful for the people that lost their jobs.
100%.
Oh, same.
It sucks to have to at least work, because like the rumors were out for like 2 or 3 weeks that there was gonna be mass firings. Like it must have been stressful. Like live through that. Like then you hear a day before that it's going to happen. I mean, there were people like crying in the parking lot. Like it was not a good scene at Blizzard HQ. And my heart goes out to those people. And I know they will find jobs. The industry is growing too much. There's definitely studios available. There's definitely esports scene available. Like all these people that worked in all these areas will hopefully find something new. But as of right now, Blizzard just isn't their home, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
All right. Then now we'll get to the big one for a lot of people. It is the Nintendo Direct that just happened a few days ago.
It was a good Direct.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay.
Wait, did you not get enough Animal
But it's
Crossing
Nintendo.
info?
Oh no, we
Shut
got
heaven.
AC, just not Animal Crossing.
Because I mean, the only thing that I was upset was we didn't get really much on Smash. The only mention on Smash was like, "Hey, remember when we announced Joker? Yeah, it's still happening." That's it.
I was telling everyone, if you expect anything Smash Bros. From this Direct, you're just going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, be
Yeah.
happy if they mention a patch, because
Yeah, that was it. They mentioned
We've
like, hey,
gotten
there's a
so
big
much-
patch coming. Yeah.
I feel bad for Nintendo fans that couldn't give a fuck about Smash, because all they heard for a
Me.
year was Ultimate. That's all
Me.
they heard about for a year from Nintendo was Ultimate. It is
Yeah.
time to put Ultimate news to rest. The game is out. If you're that interested, play it. You have it. We don't need updates like that from Directs. We don't need that kind of stuff. They have other stuff that they're working on.
Yeah, I think that's why they were just literally like, it's there.
Yeah, they just mention it because they know people will be mad. That's it.
All right, but then the biggest one that Anna already mentioned that we should probably start with is
Tetris 99.
Yeah. You know what, Anna, you go ahead. You introduce it.
I love Tetris so much, and knowing that there is now a battle royale for it makes me so happy. Honestly, I hate battle royales. I've never played one before. I've hated watching gameplay of them, but Tetris battle royale, I'm so happy. I still have yet to play it, but oh my
How have you
god.
not played it? Wait. How have you not played
I
it
haven't
yet?
played that yet.
I can't find the time for it.
Oh man, you need to try it.
There's
And don't be
no-
I
stupid like me.
literally can't find the time for it.
Don't
Wait
be
a
dumb
minute.
like me. It's like you play Tetris. It sounds like you at least have a basic understanding. I thought
Oh,
I was
yeah.
playing like I thought Tetris was like Bejeweled and you had to match colors.
Oh no.
You don't, by the way. So I kept matching all these
don't.
colors of blocks and I kept losing. I'm like, why am I placing 86 out of 99? No, it's a fun game though. It's fun. It's actually a good battle royale.
Dude, that's hilarious. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. I played Tetris like Bejeweled. Oh my god. Okay, so first off, my initial reaction when I saw Tetris 99 was like, is this a meme? And then second,
I definitely thought it was a meme at first.
yeah, and then second I was like, no wait, this is Nintendo Direct, like this is real. And so it took me a moment. I'm like, everyone was like, how far have we come? We've come full circle. We took all these new games and then we took literally one of the oldest games aside from fucking Pong, which is Tetris, and made it into a battle
Wait.
royale.
Wait. Pong Battle Royale?
Pong Royale.
Don't get that idea. Don't.
It'd just be like insane air hockey.
All right,
but
guys,
online.
what quarter are we dropping in?
Because they could because they could literally do any of the old games like that and then just introduce some kind of like you fuck someone over mechanic while you're playing the game and call it, Donkey Kong 99.
Oh no,
Super Mario
Pac-Man
99.
Royale. Pac-Man
Yeah,
Royale. could
Pac-Man
actually work.
99. There you go.
That
Oh
could
my
work.
god.
Hold on a second. Where's Bandai
Hold
Namco? Do
up.
they listen to this
They actually
podcast?
have they have a 4-man Pac-Man arcade game that you can eat the other players.
Oh, that actually sounds fun.
It's really enjoyable. Like the power pellets make you super big and you can swallow the other players.
Oh my god.
I want to play
But there's
that.
also ghosts in it. It's really fun.
Now
Swallowing
imagine
other
that,
players?
but
Oh
with
my.
100 people.
With 100 people, how big would that board have to be? I'm thinking at least
Jesus.
20 times regulation Pac-Man.
You'd
board
have to
size.
have a
Oh, yeah.
first-person view.
Wait, first-person
Oh my
Pac-Man's
God.
brilliant too. Hold on. We have
Yeah.
so many good ideas.
Jesus
See,
Christ.
first person makes everything better.
All right, so anybody who's listening, if you wanted to kickstart a project, just contact us at our business emails, and we'll go from there. Oh my god, yeah. Does anyone have any more thoughts about it before we go into the other games that were announced?
The Nintendo Direct or just
Yeah,
Tetris?
Nintendo Direct, yeah.
Fucking Deltarune.
Oh, they're coming
I'm
to
so
Switch.
excited.
Yeah, Deltarune on the Switch.
Yeah, I still haven't played it on PC.
I recommend it. I've played through it. It's
Yeah.
a great little experience.
Yeah,
I
I'm trying to
love it.
finish up more Undertale content first because I just started playing it this last month, and I love it a lot. The soundtrack is
Oh, yeah.
so good, and I really want to finish burning through some more content and then go play Deltarune.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was tough is that when the Undertale originally came out, it was very good, and I think a lot of people love it, but it was hard because the fandom was very clingy. It was Like you said, like
Yeah.
anything you were attacked, right? So that's why I
The
didn't
fandom
like.
was rabid. Like you quarantined them away from your life.
Yeah, well, and that's why
Yeah,
I didn't play the game when it first came out. That's,
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
only just now playing it for the first time.
That's why I've avoided it for so long and plan to start playing it sometime soon, because now that original, like, I don't know if I can call it a hype, but it's died down and it doesn't seem as
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely
Scary.
died down.
Yeah.
Definitely died
Scary
down.
is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and it's definitely still worth investing your time into. And with Deltarune, like we still saw like a lot of fandom, but I think because the initial wave died down, like it was like I didn't feel that like it's scary. I just felt like, oh my god, people are just legitimately like, yes, this is still good. It's a great continuation.
Yeah.
And I think the way that they did it was genius, honestly, because he was like, okay, Toby Fox, right? Because he's a creator, like releasing it from Twitter as the secret, where you can just
Yeah.
download the game and play the first chapter, is amazing. But also, like, I'm hoping there's like 5 chapters at least or something, like 4 more,
Yeah.
like fully just
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
a ton more.
Well, with how in depth they made Undertale with all of the hidden secrets, I'm sure that this
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be jam packed full of content, especially with like what he's made off Undertale and how dedicated the fan base was.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he has gotten a lot of resources to be able to like stack this new one full.
Yeah, and the only thing that I'm wondering about is if he's gonna do like sort of how the Telltale games did, where it's like, okay, well, we have the second chapter done now, we're releasing it for $5, and then the third chapter for $5. Because I mean, the original Undertale was $15. It was a great experience. So if you're gonna do like this chapter base, he could do it like $5 for each chapter or whatever. Because I don't expect it to
Yeah.
be more than that. Because honestly, Toby Fox has really marketed the games as a lower price, which is
$20 per chapter.
yeah, which still
No, okay, here's the thing. If,
Oh my
if
God.
each chapter
Honestly, it's
is-
affordable.
If it's
like,
the
compared to
same
games now.
length, or maybe a little longer than Deltarune Chapter 1, I would pay $15 a chapter. Easy.
I
Same.
would too, yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
Which is weird, yeah, because I mean, it would also be fair. I mean, if you do like, let's say you do the 5 chapters, the first one's free, charging $15 for the others, like you're paying for a $60 full game, and that's like,
Yeah.
I just don't think he's still gonna do it, but whatever ends up happening, we're very excited for the rest. And it's good.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
What if the chapters end up being $5 per game, or like per chapter, but there's so many chapters that it ends up being a $60 game?
I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with that.
I would
too,
be absolutely fine
honestly.
with that. I think that,
That would be one hell of a long game.
to be
Oh,
fair
yeah.
though,
Would
I
be.
think that he's probably just going to release it all at once, just
Yeah.
because of like how long it's been taking up to this point.
Yeah, probably.
If you were releasing individual chapters, I feel like you would have started earlier.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah,
most of what
didn't
he
he
does
say
is
that he has a
writing.
dev team now? Like he has like a
Yeah.
few people with him helping him like run through things like art and animations and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I think
Mm-hmm.
most of the things is his writing or his own creative space, and then having
Yeah.
someone if you have someone like developing the game, then it's much easier for him to just be like, okay, like this is what I think should happen now, and
Yeah, like
Right.
let him develop his artistic like
Mm-hmm.
timeline.
So like
and
my
have
understanding,
someone-
and correct me if I'm wrong, Toby Fox, like his background is in like programming and music. He's not necessarily an artist. It's not.
Yep.
So I mean, like that's amazing for him that he was able to get Undertale out there and now is able to afford people to cover those weak spots, and hopefully that means that we get a better end product.
yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like even the art in Undertale, some of it was commissioned.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what was the artist's name?
Yeah.
Didn't he name one of the characters after them?
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
at least in the past Fist Run. I don't know about anything else.
All right.
I can't wait to beat Sans. He's so hard. He's so hard.
All right. Okay. Cool. That's very good. What I think. Should I talk about next? At least for my game that I want to bring up is Astral Chains. So
That one.
I'm
was
excited
interesting.
for that one.
yeah. So Astral Chains just what we got from the trailer, because there was a trailer. We know that it's made by Platinum. Platinum, for me, is the second my second favorite game developers, aside from like Supergiant Games. And they've made Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, stylistic fighters. They just threw that in out of nowhere, just like here's the Cyberpunk Bayonetta, basically. And I'm like, well, fuck me, take my money. I am super ready, and honestly, I put my full trust in the Platinum, so whatever it ends up being, I'm going to have a blast. I'm super excited. That's pretty much like my side.
Immediately, the guy was like, "And don't worry, Bayonetta 3 fans, it's still in development." It's like everyone, like I could hear the sighs through the internet. I was just like relief, like thank God they didn't cancel Bayonetta 3 for this game.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the trailer right now, actually, and I'm curious if this is going to be like 2-player.
Yeah, I mean,
that's something we should talk about.
I don't know if it will be. I mean, if it does, I don't think it'd be the worst.
So.
But yeah, it's.
I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
They made a point. They were like, you know how you saw two people fighting side by side or something like that. I have a feeling that the two people are actually one person. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's my feeling as well. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's just like because they didn't stop development of Bayonetta 3. It's just like, oh my god, okay, so we get Devil May Cry 5 in March, and then Astral Chains in April, and then Bayonetta 3 whenever they release, like probably like end of 2019 or start of 2020, whatever that is. Just yeah, super excited, fantastic news. I'm super happy.
You want to know what
that
two
looks
games
really
I'm
pretty.
excited for?
Yeah, what's up?
So I like some pretty like way out there games that just have like really small fan bases. But I about died when they said that Rune Factory 4 was being ported to the Switch and Rune Factory 5 was coming out. The Rune Factory series has been dead for so long, and it's like it's a farming simulator kind of similar to that of Stardew Valley, where it also has combat in it, but it's more like of a magical type of a universe. And they went bankrupt like 7 years ago, and then all of a sudden they come out of nowhere and they're like, Rune Factory 4 is coming and there's a new game, and I fucking cried. I was so excited. And then the other game that I'm also really looking forward to is Oninaki. That game is made by the same people who made I Am Setsuna, which is also on the Nintendo Switch. And the people who made I Am Setsuna made my favorite game of all time, Chrono Trigger. So I'm super, super excited for that one.
I have never played a Chrono Trigger game.
Oh my god, Chrono Trigger
I've
is
played
really
a
good. It's
couple.
on the Super Nintendo, and then it was ported to the Nintendo DS and had some new content added to it. So if you're going to play it, I highly recommend getting it on the DS, just because it does have that extra content to it.
Yeah,
But what was the other game you mentioned? Was it Oninaki? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
What is that one about? Because I don't remember it at all from the Direct.
I don't really remember a whole lot about the gameplay. I just remember that it was really pretty and made by the same people who did I Am Setsuna and Chrono Trigger.
Let's see.
And
Okay,
because of that, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to love it.
I have a I have a description of it here. It says, to uphold the tenets of reincarnation, players must travel between the living world and beyond to rescue lost souls from the terrible fate of becoming monsters. Sounds interesting.
I'm really excited.
Oh, right, that one. Okay, yeah. And I'm familiar with Chrono Trigger. I only saw gameplay like much later because it was one of the ones that I missed. And I was like, okay, I can see why people love this so much, but yeah, I never got.
It's a really good game, but you don't like fully grasp and understand people's love for it until you play it yourself. It's one of those games that's so immersive, and even though it's the same storyline, you can play it over and over and over and never get tired of it. And every time you do play it, you learn something new. Like, I've done way over 20 playthroughs of it so far, and I'm still learning new things.
I gotta firmly grasp it.
Yes.
What?
Okay, good. That sounds fun.
Can we all collectively laugh at Mortal Kombat 11 being on the Switch?
Yes.
Is it?
So, in
That
a
is-
fighting game, it's so important to maintain frame rate, and the Switch just doesn't sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm not a developer. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes at NetherRealm Studios or whatever they're calling themselves. Maybe they could make it work. Maybe.
That's a weird one.
But I don't know. I don't see Mortal Kombat doing well on the Switch.
Yeah, it's a very weird one. I don't think so either. Like Switch, I mean, even when you get like hardcore gamers, like I play the Switch games because of like the major titles that are fantastic, like Breath of the Wild and all that stuff. So if you throw in like Mortal Kombat, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna play it like elsewhere if I really care.
Right.
I
Well, also,
don't know.
like, the Mortal Kombat community is very, very PlayStation 4. Like that is where they play Mortal Kombat. You'll get
that's
some on
true, yeah.
PC. I don't even know if it's out on Xbox. That's how small that community might be.
Yeah.
But it's almost like all the competitive scene, they all play on PS4. So I don't see them making the jump to the Switch. There's no reason. These people don't go outside anyway. What do they need portability for? Like, it's not. I don't see it being a good thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, was there any other game that anyone wanted to mention?
Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh,
How have we not talked about that yet?
It's true,
Wait,
yeah.
that's the
It's
big
coming out in
reveal.
June.
That was the big reveal of the Direct. 100%.
I'm really excited for that one.
I'm personally excited not to play it myself because I would suck and I don't know. I might get it. I don't know. But building, I wouldn't be able to. Maybe playing through people's map, I can see that being really fun. But I'm most excited to see all of the other like YouTube or Twitch content of people like playing through like hard maps and raging again. Oh, I
Same.
loved that from the first one. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I never played the first one, and I suck at platformers outside of Celeste. I love Celeste to no end. But the Mario games, the Mario platforming, the building a level idea, I really like. I used to run like design maps and like Counter-Strike back in Source Engine. That kind of stuff, like design-wise, interests me. I'd never played through my own maps though, because I don't like Mario platformers. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I think with the Mario Maker though, the second one, I think we're just getting like a lot more. I guess they're streamlining it, getting more blocks, and I mean, whenever the game's like out for a little while, like people's creativity are fantastic as a whole. I think it'll be great, especially with
it's
the
definitely gonna be
Switch
good.
now. Yeah.
Also, just seeing it right now, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening looks cute as hell.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it's something that I'm gonna buy though, honestly. I think
Yeah.
it's something that I would rather watch other people play.
Absolutely.
Did I miss
Kevin,
that?
what are your thoughts on the art style?
Did I miss that one? I feel like I missed that one.
It was at the very, very end. It was the last thing announced, and there
Yeah.
wasn't really a whole
Oh
lot
shit! So there wasn't much
to it.
info. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna like hold on. If we get more info on that, because I love this shit as
I'm
Zelda
gonna put a
games.
screenshot
Mm-hmm.
in the group chat
Yeah,
for
I've got
us.
I've got a link for all the direct stuff in the group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing in Mario enemies, which weirds me out a little.
No,
bit.
Mario enemies were
Yeah.
in the first one. That's true to
Were
the
they?
to the first Link's
Wait.
Awakening.
Were Goombas in the first one? I knew that Chain Chomps were.
Chain Chomps were Goombas. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really don't know. It depends on how long that game is because, again, I really do like Zelda games. Usually, I just
Yeah.
play like the main titles. Like this is clearly not like a main title, but
Yeah, it just looks kind of like a claymation, and I'm kind of into it because it looks.
yeah,
adorable.
that's what I mean. Like I just have to see more info on it. Like just from a reveal, I can't make up my mind. But
Yeah,
I'm hoping I can
definitely
get past
interesting.
the art style because that's kind of like turning me away from the game. It looks like if Fisher Price made a Legend of Zelda, and
Yeah.
I don't
Bob
know if I
Ross
can take
made
it
a Legend of
seriously.
Zelda.
I don't know if it's something that I'm willing to spend money on. As far as
Yeah,
Zelda
I
games,
would
like
wanna watch-
I like Twilight Princess. I like the more like gritty, more like realistic art
Oh.
style for Zelda.
Yeah, I'd want to watch like other people play it first, because I'm not sure if I would enjoy it, but I think it's really
Yeah,
cute
yeah,
looking.
yeah.
I'm also looking forward to Yoshi's Crafted World coming out on March 29th. The newest in the Yoshi
Shit,
series.
that's the day after my birthday.
The demo is out right now, and it's so cute and super relaxing. I can't wait to play the full game.
Yeah, Yoshi games were like, I really only played like the Yoshi's Island like back on the 64, and then after that I have not played Yoshi games. They seemed fine, but just it just seems like kind of like dumbed down Mario games.
That's how it looks to me. It looks like
Right?
slower Mario, and I just don't love Mario games, so I've never paid attention to them. But every single person that I've talked to that's played it loves every Yoshi game to ever come out. Like,
Yeah, that's
they
why I
praise
think
it.
that's why I think like it's like they feel like good games, but just like I don't know, I haven't put my hands on it because I can never get into it enough from their perspective of like, oh, look at this game, to be like, make the plunge. All right, cool. So is there any other games we want to mention, or is that about it?
I think that's it. I'm scrolling through the direct info right now to make sure
Yeah.
we didn't miss anything.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting
right,
DLC on March
right.
14th that you can pre-order now.
Yeah, that one's a weird one. I mean, I feel like they're milking that one because it's like as a kid puzzles game. I mean, I am not interested, but you know, I think it's okay. But just I don't like that they're doing and then we're gonna get like DLC and a bunch of levels, and I don't know.
I'm excited for it.
Because like Mario Maker 2 is gonna be much better because you don't have to like get
I
like the
agree.
DLC things for the people. You
Right.
just have the full movement of Mario, and then people make their own shit and be like really creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about Treasure Tracker. Again, it's just like the Yoshi games for me. Everyone I know that's played it loves it, but it just didn't look interesting to me.
Yeah.
Now, what
It's
did look
mostly-
interesting, that again no one's talking about, is the new, what is it called? Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That game is insanely good. And it's getting a Switch port.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I remember now what you're talking about. Yeah, because it's just a port
this
for me.
one, yeah.
That's why I was like really interested. 'Cause I'm like, oh, okay, I've already like seen all the gameplay of it and like everything. I already know the story, so I'm like, but I mean, getting a port is just like, okay, great. Like you now have another great title. Good job, Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna
You
be
know.
crazy. Because I haven't played it yet. I've seen a lot of gameplay. I think I've seen most of the game, in fact.
Because
And-
okay. Well, what I want to say is like anytime, and you can continue that, but anytime Nintendo says that it is a port, it's mainly just saying like, "Hello, casual gamers. If you are
Yeah.
not aware of this fantastic game that other PC gamers know about, congratulations! We now have it in our eShop that you can buy." So that's it.
That actually is like, that's what they're saying. Like, you actually
Yeah.
nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this game looks very, very interesting. I'm excited to play it.
All right, then I think that should be it, right?
I think that's
got it?
everything. Yeah.
That's everything we're gonna talk about?
Yeah. Main titles, yeah. There were a few other, like, third-party things.
Yeah,
like,
a few small ones, but yeah, I don't think
The
anyone's like a
Box or
main
whatever
fan.
it was.
Yeah, Box Boy and Box Girl and Unravel
Oh my
2,
God.
just small things like that.
Yeah, God, I'm so
Yeah.
upset we didn't get an ARMS too.
You want to know what I wanted news on? You want to know what I wanted news on?
Go ahead.
Animal Crossing. But
Yeah.
you know what I got news on instead? Assassin's Creed. That's not the AC I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, man. So bad. All right, well then, Anna, let's move on to the next one. You can quickly talk about it before we get to another exciting topic, but it'll be the Splatfest results because last podcast we talked about Splatfest going on. You can give the rundown and explain everything. Go ahead.
So, if you tuned in last week, you did hear my explanation on what Splatfests are, but if you didn't, I'm going to do it again. Once a month, Splatoon hosts a special event for 24 hours called Splatfests, where you can choose one team or the other team and then battle it out, and hopefully you win. And if you win, then you get a special currency that you can use. But this month, it was waffles versus pancakes. And waffles clearly won the popularity. You could tell that when you were playing, but the battles were very close. But once those 24 hours were over and we finally got to see the results, Waffles won 3-0. Waffles
Damn
won
it.
popularity, the normal battles, and the pro battles, and it was probably the most satisfying thing for those of us who clearly know that waffles are better than pancakes. I'm looking at you, Nilla.
I feel like I need to
What
state
your
my
issue
position
is.
here.
Oh god, we're gonna get into the debate again. We're gonna 1v1.
Pancakes can potentially be better than waffles, right? This is where yes, they can. Don't even
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
absolutely.
No. We're
I
about to
agree with
throw
that
down
one.
because you can make a pancake ridiculously good. The creative freedom that you have with pancakes is immense.
Yeah, if anyone's seen, let me
You can
let me
do the
give
same
you an
thing with
example.
waffles.
No, let me give you an example. On a British baking show, I think it's like lentil pancakes or something, but it's literally they design it like putting it in the frying pan. You get like this like just ornate like fucking pancake. It's ridiculous. And that's like the just like fancy one. I personally like the really fatty pancakes they get like in Texas, and they
Yikes.
just put like pecans, chocolate, strawberry,
Yes.
like
Kevin, you just trying to get some thick, nutty, and sweet pancakes.
Oh.
yeah.
Yikes.
You put all that shit in a pancake, man. It's delicious.
You can do that with waffles too, though.
But it's not the same.
It
No,
is
it's
not the same. It's
Yeah,
not the
it's
same.
not the same. It's better.
Absolutely
No,
not. It's
no.
so
Better.
gratifying.
Here- okay.
Definitely not better.
Here's the main distinction that I made, where if you buy
Well,
from a packet
Aqua,
at the
you
grocery
have-
store, the waffles are better because you get syrup pockets and you can have a great breakfast. If you go to
Yeah.
like a restaurant, pancakes are gonna be better.
Pancakes, hands down.
So
Aqua, you can't say anything though. You chose Team Waffle. You battled along my side and
did
won
choose
10
Team
times
Waffle
battles with me.
because of the second part of my main theory on this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
The simplest waffle is still better than a slightly worked on pancake.
No.
Exactly.
Waffles
Yeah.
are so easily superior at a basic level,
Yes,
and
yeah, yeah.
I'm lazy beyond belief. So of course
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick waffles over
From
pancakes.
like a store-bought standard, absolutely. But if you're making
Yep.
them yourself or buying them anywhere, like in a restaurant or anything,
Yep.
pancakes so much better.
Okay, but have you considered this? With ice cream, you can get waffle cones. You can't get pancake cones.
Yeah, see, I
Pancake
don't,
cones
I
would
don't,
be awful for ice cream. Let's talk about that. That
I
is
don't-
a
I don't like
Have you
ice
tried
cream,
ice cream
so-
in a crepe?
A crepe's not a pancake.
I mean,
it's a
A
rolled up
crepe is not a
pancake.
pancake.
It's a rolled up pancake.
A crepe is not a pancake.
That's a little too French for me. I don't even know.
Oh my god. Okay. I think let's move
I will
on.
die on this
this
hill.
is an age-long debate with me and my friends. I agree with you that a crepe is not a pancake, but I have everyone in my Discord of my freshman friends telling me that I'm wrong.
I honestly,
A crepe
I
is
don't
not a
know.
pancake.
I never thought about it, but just thinking about it being a rolled up pancake is hilarious. So
I will die on this hill. A crepe is not a
Let's-
pancake, and
yeah, I
waffles are
completely
better than
agree with you.
pancakes.
let's
Not on the second part.
move on. Are you good with the Splatfest? Have you mentioned everything, Anna?
I guess.
All right, fantastic. Next one. This is perhaps my most exciting news that I've been psyched about. It is the Hollow Knight sequel, which is Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. So first off, I absolutely love Hollow Knight. It's my favorite Metroidvania game. It was the only game that me as a non-speedrunner, like somebody that just goes to like a new game, experiences it, loves it, moves on to another one. Only game that I've ever sped run because I wanted to play more of it, and I was trying to find like new ways to play it. Just absolutely phenomenal like soundtrack. It was first originally like worked by only like 3 people. They had done like a Kickstarter for it, expanded on the world with DLC, and it even made like the boss rush mode. It is perhaps one of the most like perfect combat systems in a 2D kind of platformer that I've seen. Like super fair. Like you either are good and you can like always block everything, or you fuck up and it kind of like if it was Dark Souls but without all the like stupid shitty mechanics and the iframes and the backstabbing.
Hey, Dark Souls is
Right.
good.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying about the mechanics, right? But
Yeah.
so absolutely phenomenal game. And they were already working on this in secret of making a sequel with Hornet, because this sequel would be with Hornet, which was the kind of like the second main character in Hollow Knight. And they were originally planning to make it DLC, like paid DLC, that would be like kind of a half as big as Hollow Knight. But then they kept working on it, and it's actually too big. And so now it's a sequel, and it's just fantastic news. And I'll let everyone else say their experiences and what they're looking forward to.
It's Hollow Knight is hands down probably the best Metroidvania maybe released ever. That's gonna catch some flack. Some people won't like hearing that, but it captures the genre so well. There's the exploration, the permanent upgrades, the getting lost, and then like the satisfaction of not being lost again. Like it's like everything that is Metroidvania, like even the backtracking is fine. Like I don't mind backtracking through the game. Like it's actually satisfying to go through. The art is beautiful. Everything, like the animations are great. Everything about Hollow Knight is good. I don't know where I can complain about it, except for the banker. I can't talk about it more because it's slightly spoiler. But for those that know, I'm very mad at the banker. Other than that, fantastic game. I'm very hyped for the sequel. I was expecting it to be DLC as well. And I saw they released the trailer at 4 in the morning. I was in bed. And my phone pinged. And I'm like, why is the Hollow Knight Discord pinging me? And then I saw it, I'm like, oh, Silksong, cool, the DLC. And I keep watching it. I'm like, this looks more like a game. I'm like, this looks like a full game. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. And then it's like second game by Team Cherry. I'm like, I'm not sleeping. Hold on. We have a full new game. A full new game. Like why at 4 in the morning? Why, Team Cherry? This is the first thing you've done wrong. You don't announce things at 4 in the morning.
Because that's when they finally finished it, and we're just like, we need to get this out.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
They might have been, yeah.
I was so happy to see that. I can't wait to play it. The for those that haven't seen the trailer for it, they added a crap ton new stuff. The acrobatic combat actually looks insanely fluid. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I think they even like tighten it up even more. Like it looks different. Like the soul abilities is different because now it's about like needle or it's still gonna be like similar mechanics, but it's probably gonna work like differently. It still seems fluid. You're using like abilities that you've seen in the game and even some other new ones. So like it's exactly like pretty mind blowing. Everyone should watch that. We highly recommend it.
It's going to be great. My only concern, so Hollow Knight is able to capture, like, with its art, with its music, with the way the camera moves, like, everything about it is almost calming. It's very, very, I guess, how do I put it? It's intentionally quiet when it needs to be, but it's also not when it needs not to be. So, like, when you're walking through City of Tears, you hear the rain hitting the ground. Like, you see, like, all, like, the windows all have, like, rain hitting it. It's very blue. The colors are nice.
Yeah, and then you do like the boss fights. You get like the really big soundtracks. And
it's very intentional. Everything about it is very, very intentional. The way that they show the player how to do things without showing you how to do things. Like at the very start of the game, you get hit with a wall and you can't move forward, and then like you hit the wall like with your sword, and the wall starts to break, and that pretty much tells you from the start that you're gonna have to hit walls to break through things. Like literally attack things to get through things. And it's just like simple stuff like that. Everything's so intentionally done. My fear for... Was it Silksong? I always forget the name.
Silksong, yeah.
My fear for it is that they're going to lose the slow calmness of it. It seems much faster paced. It's very aggressive. You have areas in the trailer. There was a lava area. And like a big monster is like throwing lava around everywhere. So it's very... It's going to go in a direction that I think is not going to be what I expect from a Hollow Knight game. But I'm also excited for it.
Yeah, because I get that kind of concern, but then also in a way, like for Hornet, it should be a harder battle. You know what I mean? Like
that's definitely her character. I think it's the right decision.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit different.
That is her thing.
Yeah, but I still think it's gonna be fantastic. It might not have exactly what you're saying, where it's like very like calming, but I think it's still gonna be it'll be a different feeling, but it'll be fantastic nonetheless.
I still need to play Hollow Knight, to be honest.
And now we just
it
force you to
amazing.
play it until like you can't come back ever until you can complete it. Yeah, it's just
I'm banned from the Discord, banned from the stream.
I'm like,
you sit down in the basement right now and play.
Do you have a PC that can run games?
Yeah, I play Siege and.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, like we can try to set up like a Steam Family Plan. You can play it on mine if you don't have it. Because I play it on Switch now. I never played on PC.
Get it for my own.
All right, cool. And what about Anna? Did you ever play Hollow Knight?
So I own it. I haven't played it yet, and I already have at least 4 people yelling at me to play it because it's such a beautiful game. And trust me, I want to. It's just gonna happen eventually.
Hey, you remember your Celeste plans? Can you like cancel that for Hollow Knight first, and then you can continue Celeste?
I mean, Celeste won the poll.
No, we don't care about polls. This is the electoral college of your
electoral.
And we are choosing
the electoral college of Kevin's a dictator. You're playing.
No, I gave my people the right to vote, and I will stand by their vote.
But that needs to be like 100% like your next game.
100%.
Oh, it's going to be because Hollow Knight was the next game to happen. I just don't know how long it's going to take me to get through Celeste because I Okay, I love
Are you good at
platformers.
the platformer? Or?
I love platformers, but I'm not good at them, and because I'm not good at them, I get angry.
Uh,
And I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
get
would
angry, and I
hate
don't
Super
want to
Meat
see
Boy.
people,
oh,
and I don't
see-
want
oh,
people to
yeah.
see me like failing over and over and over and getting angry and angry and angrier just because I can't get the fucking timing right.
Yeah,
That
no,
is-
it's like how I can't stream League that much because then I'm just gonna get salty and it's gonna be like a bad time. Yeah.
I hate that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the-
say this, but Celeste kind of is the Dark Souls of platformers. It's a game that expects you to die all the time. By the time that I beat it,
it's
I think I
pissing me
died
off.
like 8,000 or 9,000 times.
Jeez.
Like no one expects you to run through Celeste like easily.
God, now I
it's,
want to play it. It sounds fun.
it's really fun. I
Oh yeah,
I love
no, it's
it.
great.
It is fun, but I'm.
Yeah, that doesn't change it. It's still infuriating, right? Like I don't want to make it
It's
sound like
fun,
that
but-
your point doesn't matter, right? And like your emotions don't matter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is the point of the game, is that you're supposed to get angry at it. If that's not something you want to put on stream,
Well-
don't put it on stream. Like I get that.
Oh, shit,
Well, I
this
was
is only-
getting unreasonably angry at it. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm
Wait,
going to Splatoon, and I'm
angrier?
gonna
Yeah, I saw you
kill
switch
some
over to
squids.
Splatoon,
Wait.
and I was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, wait, angrier than
Like, I'm
competitive
worried.
playing in Splatoon?
Okay,
Excuse
I don't
me?
stream competitive Splatoon playing either, but I would much rather play Splatoon and take my anger out on other people than just do
Oh
the
my
same
God,
thing with
that's
no new results
I don't
in a
know.
platformer.
I know what I expect. Like the
God.
one time you're like playing like competitively, and I came in and streaming Splatoon, I was like, oh, okay, and I'm like, I'll back off. Jesus, fuck. Okay. So I can't even imagine getting to that point. Oh my god.
You should have a
Shoot, I'm
scary
actually
sprout
like
mode.
gonna buy Hollow Knight now. It's $15.
It is $15.
I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
that cheap.
I recommend it on the Switch.
I thought it
if
was
you
way
have
more
a Switch.
expensive. I do not. I really want one.
He
Right,
needs
it's
to get
still a
one.
great
He
experience.
needs to get Splatoon so I can teach him how to Squid Kid.
You have a
Yeah.
you have a gamepad, right?
A
A
what?
gamepad, like just an Xbox or like for the PC.
Yeah, I've got an Xbox
Okay, then
One.
yeah, then you'll be fine. Yeah, you can get it on the PC.
Yeah.
As long as you have like some sort of gamepad, because it doesn't. I mean, it's okay on keyboard and mouse, but
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like switching over. I was playing Undertale and then got to the genocide route. I played keyboard the whole game and then got to the Undyne fight. I was like, I'm gonna need a controller for this one.
the one thing I'll say about Hollow Knight is it is, like most games in this genre, the type of game that you need to let yourself get immersed into. It's not something like
Yeah.
I don't recommend playing it and like having a stream up in the background or playing it and having work to do as well.
hmm
yeah.
You and your character are both entering the unknown. You know what your character knows, so you're kind of like learning about the world through the environment through that.
Yeah.
It works in such a way, or at least I haven't beaten the game yet, so I don't know. But normally with Metroidvanias, it's the type of thing where you can miss a lot of the story, and it still makes sense at the end, which just makes you wonder like how much did I miss?
Yeah.
And it's great at that. I'm beyond happy with that game.
Is it a game that you would recommend streaming?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, no, totally.
Okay.
Definitely a good stream game.
just don't rush like through it. So like you still talk to chat, but don't like kind of like what I would say you know, like mindlessly play the game. Like I can play any like looter shooter and just like, you know, still
Zone
sort
out.
of play, but like yeah, zone out and look at
Right.
the chat. Like that one's like okay, you pause, read chat, and keep going. Like you shouldn't. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
like,
still
even like subtle things
still
in
be
the
great.
art, like you look at different areas, like you see the architecture of this world that is now, well, something happened. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, this whole world, it's like it's all a mystery. Everything's very mysterious. Everywhere you look, it's always like, how did this happen? Why did this happen like this? Why does this look like this? Like, how
Yeah,
did
and there's still,
this get
um,
there?
There's still stuff that happened even after the DLC was added. Because there's some spots that after the DLC was added, I was like, oh, that's what this is used for.
Yeah.
But then there's still a lot of spots that I'm like, oh my god, there could be something here, but you have no idea, and they didn't
Right,
do anything.
right.
It's like
it's
I
a
don't know,
game
but
of
it's
secrets.
interesting
It's a
as
game
shit.
of discovery, exploration, combat. It's so good. And
It sounds really interesting, and I'm really excited to play it, especially after everything I've heard from my friends who have played it.
especially like for you for stream, like you do a good job, Anna, of like reading stuff out loud as it comes up on screen, like if it's text, right? So like that's good. That's the type of streamer you need to be for that type of game. Because if you just skip a bunch of text, like you do kind of miss out a little bit. So no, it'll be good. I think you should stream that game. I think it would probably be better than streaming Celeste, but I'm biased because I like Hollow Knight more.
yeah, same.
Also, it's so cute.
It's adorable.
I know, it's adorable.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. So, quick mention for the next topic will be also, because this one I think really just slipped by everyone. Nobody cared because there's so many big releases, and it's Crackdown 3.
I did.
See, yeah. So first off, did anyone else hear about this?
No.
I have no idea what that
I
is.
did not hear
Yeah.
about this so much that I've been watching Crackdown 3 footage while we've been talking because I wanted to like have anything to say about this.
Yeah. See, exactly. So, Crackdown 2 was I think it was like right when the first Xbox came out. It was a pretty fun game, like really sandboxy, similar to like Saints Row. It was highly liked. You eventually get like a bunch of collectibles and you get like a super, like you're a super soldier. It was very fun. It was very, again, in Saints Row style, like just, blow up a bunch of shit, like destructible kind of sandbox, area. It was very fun. For the longest time, Crackdown 3, they had news. There was a bunch of hype around it. It was highly looked at for a lot of people. And it was going to be like, oh, this like new game. And then two things happen. One, they don't do any marketing for it. Second, they release it in, like, it was during this February. It's been out for like about a week now. During the biggest launch of games like Apex Legends, Anthem, and a bunch of other things that are taking over Twitch and everyone else's time. And then third, it's kind of like Crackdown 2 reskin. It really looks extremely outdated, like it was made 10 years ago. So I think overall this was just like a major blunder, and it's not gonna make like any success. Really, the main character also looks like Terry Crews. Everybody's been saying that. It's really weird.
I'm watching the trailer right now. Isn't that Terry Crews voicing him?
I don't even know. It just looks like Terry
Because it
Crews.
sounds just like Terry Crews.
Yeah, see, so that's what I mean. It's just really weird, and I think it's just a huge failure. And I was excited about it too. I was like, oh my god, at Crackdown 3, like I remember having a great time at Crackdown 2, and it just completely foils. It's just really disappointing to see that happen because it had potential. They could have been a great game, but
I didn't know
this-
that it came out this year. The gameplay that I'm watching, I thought this came out in like 2012 when there was like a scandal, and that's why we're talking about it. Like,
I was gonna
This game
say
looks
this looks
old.
like it has gameplay
Exactly.
from back when like Borderlands 2 was like first
Yup.
released.
the first
Yeah.
Infamous game on PlayStation looked better than this. Like,
I know. That's why I was extremely disappointed, man.
the
It's-
animations look bad. Like, well, not bad. They just look dated. It's not. This isn't
Yeah.
something that I expect to be out in 20.
No, yeah.
The Watch Dogs 2 E3 trailer looked better than this, and that was like in 2014. But then again, oh wait, no, did I say 2? The Watch Dogs, like the first one trailer.
Yeah.
But still, that trailer wasn't real anyway. So the point is, this game looks sad. Like, I actually feel bad for Crackdown
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah, so I wasn't a fan, but I was just like, I was like getting like a little bit excited, like, oh, Crackdown 3, but then it's a tough one.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Crackdown, so
Yeah, don't worry, I didn't expect you to have
Same,
anything on that.
It really does look like Saints Row, but without all the wild stuff that makes Saints Row Saints Row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just basically just like, hey, you basically missed this releasing. Almost everybody did, and it was a big disappointment. But then the next one, like I had just previously mentioned, will be Anthem. So Anthem was, I think, the second, I would say, biggest release, aside from Apex Legends in February.
Tetris.
That's not even battle right. It's release, okay?
Still
Tetris
Tetris.
release?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's still, isn't Tetris like number 3 or something kind of biggest release?
I think it's number 1, to be honest.
Like, no, like in amount of players. Anyway,
Not
Oh, the amount of
biased or
players, I
anything,
actually don't
but-
know how many
yeah,
people play
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Because Anthem is very popular on Twitch. It is being played a lot right now. Anthem is the newest looter shooter in the genre. So we've had, a lot of Warframe fans, a lot of things between like Warframe and Destiny. And we don't know where it's going to go from there. But then now it's developed by BioWare and released by EA. And here's one quick mention before I even mention anything about the game. So there's a really interesting point that I've been hearing is that EA now released with Anthem its biggest like co-op like PvE game that's quite popular. And then they published, Apex Legends, just the biggest PvP thing being the Battle Royale. So EA just went out from the whole of being like this bad, guy that has a bunch of microtransactions to like literally just making a shit ton of profit again with these two games.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that both of these development studios though have distanced themselves from EA? At least
they do.
They do.
They try the most, like, because like BioWare is the biggest like EA, like biggest moneymaker for EA, and they try their best to be like, we want to do this, and they still have to like listen and do some stuff by EA, but mostly they do their own thing. But they do a lot of marketing for it. I mean, you like Anthem was like in every stream or everything. It was like, oh, play Anthem now on IG, play Anthem. So they do a lot of fantastic marketing with that and Apex Legends. Like they put so much of their budget into marketing, and hey, it works. Like it's a very good game so far. I'm the one that's been playing on early access. I don't think anybody else here has played it, but maybe they've. I'll let them talk in a bit. But for me, I've been playing it. It's very refreshing. I'm a major Warframe fan. I still play it. I played it since Alpha. Still my second most played game of all time. I played quite a bit of hours Destiny 2 after Forsaken when it actually got good. And I have dabbled into like Monster Hunter and other kind of grindy games. And I absolutely love the game so far. The flying is super fluid. You have a nice mix of what you want to do, what kind of combat with hovering. All the javelins feel very different. They have their playstyle set. But not only that, you have still a great amount of variety right now with like abilities and what kind of loadouts you can make. And this is because I haven't even reached endgame yet. It is an absolute blast, like flying around the world to like discovering things. Maybe even after like late game, it kind of gets a little bit boring to kind of look at the environment, but it happens to like every game. Either way, it just seems fun. It seems satisfying. The sound effects are crisp. Like everything feels satisfying. And it's just been, in my mind, an absolute success. I don't care that it's made by EA. I'm having a blast playing it. But yeah, what do you guys experience with it?
So my first introduction to this game was actually today when I was watching you before we started recording. And I think it's a gorgeous game. I'm completely with you on the sound effects, and you compared it to Warframe, which is something that I've been interested in playing but haven't, and you know why. And since you compared it to that and how pretty it is, I really want to start playing it. It looks like something that I could actually enjoy. Yeah,
it's a nice refresher too, because on Destiny 2 has been like a looter shooter, because the original one was Borderlands, right? Borderlands is what kind of launched the looter shooter genre, but it kind of takes the same vein as first person, and there's a bunch of things to do in space. You have a few abilities, but it's still mostly like kind of traditional shooter. Like it's very close to kind of Call of Duty in that sense, where it's just that. Warframe is completely different, where it's third person, like super actiony. You can do absolutely anything in that game. Like it's so complicated. Like it's kind of hard to get new players into it, but if you're in there, like you literally have the options to do anything that you want.
Yeah, I tried starting Warframe and just I could not get into it. I mean, I'm not a fan of third-person shooters, but that wasn't it. It was more I got into it. I was like, what the hell do I do? But this actually reminds me a lot of a mix between Warframe and Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and I'll talk about that comparison in a second too. But what I wanted to mention with Endgame too is that like in Destiny, when you get to Endgames, you still have a level of difficulty. You're never kind of like in a super safe space, but I think it's because you're restricted to that first person kind of shooter things. Like you don't have many abilities, so even like the raids, when you do something, they completely depend on a team. Like you need to be together. You need to do that classic kind of like you need a guild or like a squad to run everything. Whereas with Warframe, you get to late game, anything is trivial. you can get to like the biggest tank frame and just like not care, you're never gonna die, or get some of like the damaging things in solo anything. Like you get to the end game, it's trivial. That's why I still love the game and I still like getting some of the other new weapons and everything, but everything feels trivial for me. Like nothing's a challenge. Whereas right now, there's been I haven't gotten there yet, but there's definitely been people that are streamers or other people that just played straight on as soon as they come out, where they're already reaching that level of like the strongholds is kind of the equivalent of raids there. It's not like more people, but it's still your 4 squads and you go into it. And the feedback has been like that it's a fantastic challenge. They use kind of like everything, and it was like super hard, and out of like everything that they tried, they only got the boss down to like half health, and it was still like this great challenge. Gonna try again or something.
Nice.
But it is really nice to see that challenge, and this is because also, right, like they give you this level of challenge, and you still have such fluidity of motion. Like you can take cover as if it was like a third-person shooter, like not actually having like the cover mechanic like in the Division, but you can still take cover. You can go and fly elsewhere. You can dodge almost anything, like everything that they throw at you, like you can dodge. And with the flying, like you can really go anywhere unless you're overheated. But when you are, like it forces you into the ground. You got to make like different decisions. It's really an absolute blast in that aspect. So I'm really looking forward to really all the plans, because so far they've laid down that like, hey, here's release, and they have planned out content already for like I think like 2 big patches, and then they have like another like hidden kind of like this is what we have in store for the next year, and I'm excited. I really am.
I'm so on the fence with Anthem. I think the only way I'm getting it is if I get the Origin Premiere, because of all the other games that I might be interested in playing. I think I talked about this earlier with someone. Actually, no, it was in your chat. I've gotten so mixed back and forth with conflicting information that I don't know what to think about the game. And I don't have the money to just toss $60 at the one game and hope that I love it. And it's weird. So like I have the same background as you. Like I played Warframe since not since Alpha, but I played it very early. I put close to 1,000 hours in Warframe. Loved it. Like I love the looter shooters. I loved Diablo when I played Diablo. So like that's similar type of thing with looting. Played a lot of Path of Exile. It's the issues that I see people complain about are things that I think can be fixed. Long loading times is something that could potentially be fixed. People complain that free play doesn't have enough markers to tell you where you need to go. That can be fixed. Weapon balance I see people complain about a lot. That can be fixed. I haven't seen anything wrong with the game on a fundamental level, which is what gives me hope for the future of it. But as it stands right now, I don't think I'm going to be in the market of buying Anthem. I'm going to wait and see what they do with it before I go forward.
Yeah, and that's fine. I've only been playing with a few of the people that already did cave into the Premier Access, because I do too. Because I'm like, I'm buying it for Anthem, and if there's any other new releases throughout the year, especially as me, it's a little bit different because as a streamer, like getting other newer games is kind of like helpful to you. So
right,
it was kind of a no-brainer to me. But as a regular consumer, you just gotta like make sure like, okay, well, what are some of the titles that we know are gonna come out? Like, what are you gonna do with it? Like, is it gonna be worth it, etc. So,
I'll tell you what looked great was when you were doing all that spell casting stuff, like with the AoE effects and whatnot. Like you were tossing out like storm clouds and whatnot. That was neat. That actually looked fun.
Yeah, because they with the 4 javelins they have right now, and this is the thing, they might add like more javelins too. Like we still don't know but with the ones so far, like you get all your different kind of major play styles. You get like the fast ninja frame, which is the interceptor. It's always melee. You're in there going in and out of combat. You have your mage, which is the storm, where you're always supposed to be hovering like above the ground. You get a bunch of different perks, like more shield regen and all that stuff, and you're supposed to be casting a bunch of AoE shit and do a ton of damage, and barely use your guns. Like really, just use a sniper sometimes. Then you have your big boy tank guy that's always in there charging taking the damage for everyone, fucking flamethrower, big ass gun. Like when you get the ultimate, he has the most damaging ultimate, more even than the Storm. The Storm has a bigger AoE, but it's just like 3 shots that absolutely decimate everything, right? So that's super satisfying. And then you have your Ranger, which is then kind of like the all-around sort of frame. So if you're soloing or you just want a mix of everything, like there you go. You have a little bit of your melee. It's not like completely off cooldown. It's kind of your standard, kind of more assault person rifle. Your super is just a bunch of missiles, so it's just a lot of direct damage. But you can self combo a lot too, so that's why it's I feel like a lot of it is just very balanced and fun. But then they also have a lot of room to do not only like story and additional maps, additional missions. They have a lot of room to simply adding like again a new javelin would increase the gameplay value by a ton, and they have a lot of room to what to do with it. They can do maybe like a sort of summoner person.
I really want a pet build. That's the only thing missing. Like either like summon is it like magical, is it mechanic? I don't know like the Anthem thing, but like I don't know, like turrets or something, or
it's a little bit different. They do have like sort of magic, because it's like you have the Anthem of creation. That's the big like kind of story drive. Like that's what kind of controls everything. So it's sort of like an entity that's, I guess, sort of biological or mechanic. I don't really know
it
exactly.
Sounds like the Traveler from Destiny. Like it gives you like some sort of, but
thing,
maybe.
Yeah, but it is kind of really similar to Destiny that way, where like it's this entity where the bad guy was trying to control. But with Destiny, like the bad guy eventually comes in Destiny 1, and then in Destiny 2 they fail. Whereas in this one, like from the very first cutscene, it's like, here's this bald guy villain, and he failed. but that's what it caused, like because he was trying to control it, but then he's sort of like the Anthem's sort of like a god or something, so it like, oh no, somebody tried to control me, boom, catastrophe, and everything is kind of shit is what it is. But then you have like relics, like it's kind of like small parts of it, sort of like as if you were like shards of light or something, that give you like magic powers, but it is still mostly about guns. And you have like here's to like all the cutscenes and everything, because it is BioWare, like they're BioShock and Mass Effect, like they get the storytelling right. They don't give you many choices, but like what you experience of it, like I was legitimately, because I don't even care about story that much. I was legitimately trying to be into it and like, oh, I'm not gonna care too much, or I'm gonna like make fun of some stuff. And like as soon as I'm like, I want to do that, they throw the curveball and they're like, oh shit, it is good writing. Oh fuck, I did enjoy that. It's like they're doing it right. As soon as someone that doesn't enjoy story, I can go into it and be like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, this is good. This is good. So yeah, very, very, very good title so far, and I'm happy with it, because a lot of people were worried beforehand, but now that it's out, I think mostly it's been like positive reception, where it's like, well, I guess we were wrong. So there you go. Yeah, anyone have more thoughts on that one?
No, I think I'm good.
Seems cool. I'm happy they're still making games.
Right. Fantastic. Then we'll move on to the last topic that I want to talk about. And this is kind of like end the mood with a little bit of comedy, which is something that people don't normally talk about. And I talked about it with Leon last time. So, and it's going to sound stupid, but hear me out, okay? It's toilet etiquette. All right?
Flush. What?
No. It's specifically... No, specifically, it's how you wipe your ass. Do you do it sitting down or standing up?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying like stand all the way up?
Yeah, like standing up.
Who the fuck stands up?
Who the fuck stands up?
Was this like in Brazil? Like, where did you ever see
No. Because this is something that people don't talk about. I've always done sitting down. There's been multiple people that say like, no, I just always stand up, and like I never thought about it. Who sits down?
What kind of cardio are you trying to do? You're like, what?
What? See, this is...
Gotta get your burpees in while you're taking shit.
No, but that's what's really weird. I don't... Because, again, whatever side you're on, it's still really weird for the other person. So I every time when I first heard this, I was the same reaction. I'm like dumbfounded. I'm like, who the fuck stands up while wiping? I don't understand. But hey, apparently there's people that do that, and whoever's listening, like, this is a perfect moment since the end of the podcast. If you make it this far, like, tweet us at social media, like, anywhere, like in all of our virtual Solstice stuff, or anywhere, like in our chats that you can find us. Like, let us know, what do you do? Because this is a fantastic, like,
I want to know.
I didn't even know
this is a
standing up was an
fantastic poll.
option. Like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
and that's the thing.
it still doesn't seem like a good one.
No, it doesn't.
But what I've heard from other people when they stand up, it's just like you're kind of done. They just like stand up and I don't know, like bend down or something. Just like clear
But
it up
like,
and then
what if
there
it's
you
a
go.
messy poop?
I don't know, dude.
Like, then you just close your butt cheeks and it just gets everywhere.
Ew.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
What the hell?
I was hoping one of you would have done the other one, but if we're on the same one, but that's why it's kind of weird. But hey,
While we're
it's
on the
variables.
topic of toilets, though,
Mm-hmm.
you want to know what's fucking weird?
Sure.
Electronic toilets here in Japan.
What?
Oh, that's right, because
Like
I've heard of
bidets?
those. How is it?
What?
So, the first time I went out to dinner here and I had to go to the restroom, I literally had to Google how to use the damn toilet because there's not even English translations on there. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do I use this? I don't understand. It was probably the most confusing thing about moving to Japan.
Hold on, what do you mean by electric toilets?
What
you mean like a
about
bidet or something?
electricity goes in? I don't understand. I can't figure this out.
Yeah.
These are like high-tech toilets that have like seat warmers and all kinds of stuff. It's weird. And I literally had to like
Seat warmers?
research.
Ooh.
Yes. I literally
awesome.
had to research how to use the restroom in Japan because I was so confused. I feel like I could write a 10-page essay on it now.
Please do.
It was so weird.
I want to know
Toilet
more. I'm probably going to
Chronicles.
research that right after this.
Oh my god.
I'll buy myself.
But wait,
an
but
electronic
after
toilet.
you learned it though, like, is it better? Like, what do you?
No, I still avoid them at all costs. Like, really, the only place out in public that I will use the restroom is this place called Coco's, and that's because they have normal-ass fucking toilets.
They have to be more
Wow.
expensive. There's no way they're cheaper. Like, why make the switch?
Oh,
What
yeah,
advantages do
absolutely.
they have? Like, okay, they have a seat warmer. I'm in Florida. I don't want a seat warmer. Like, that's not.
It's not just seat warmers. There's all kinds of other stuff, too.
Also, like, that
It's
sounds
weird.
nasty.
I
Like,
don't
it
know
sounds
what all the
like it's
buttons
like
do.
a normal.
Do they
seat.
have?
Well, it's because you're in Florida. Like, in the winter up in, like, Montana when I was growing up, those toilets get cold as hell.
You want to know something else that these toilets do? I think this is probably the weirdest thing that they do. You know how, like, sometimes when you pee, it, like, makes noise?
Yeah.
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 You can turn music on the toilet
has an
on to
MP3
drown
player.
out.
No.
Yes, to drown out that noise. It's so
I
weird.
would just turn it on all the time.
You
Wait,
can make
wait.
fake flushing sounds with them.
Is it so? Is it like music, like elevator music? Like what is it playing?
I
kind
don't
of
know.
music?
I didn't turn it on,
yeah,
but it
because I want
plays
Heavy
to
metal
hear
music.
like
You
as soon.
like-
Hang on, because I'm thinking like as soon as you start peeing, like as soon as the first drop hits, it just goes like, "Hey, now you're an all-star." Get your
Hold on, I'm googling this music for electronic toilets.
It plays music. You can make it do fake flushing sounds. It has the seat warmer.
Fake flushing?
It's
Wait.
everything.
Why the fake
Why
flushing?
would they put?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
it doesn't
understand
make sense.
the logic behind that.
And
Holy hell, these are confusing.
what?
none of them have English translations either.
Yeah,
so
no,
you
I'm
walk
looking at
into
a
a
bunch of the
bathroom
control
and you're
panels,
like,
and there's no English on these.
Wait, hold on. Do they have Bluetooth?
you walk
This
into the
is
bathroom and you're
incredible.
like, the fuck?
Do they have Bluetooth? Because if you can hook up your toilet to your phone and control it through there, like everyone, like, don't even lie. Like you're on your phone.
You
on the
imagine
toilet anyway.
imagine
like,
sending tweets from
Yeah,
the
no,
toilet,
of course, yeah.
like with the toilet.
with the no, not tweets because it'll say like
Yeah.
sent from toilet. Like Twitter is not okay.
I love that.
Twitter will tell everyone exactly how you sent that tweet. They love it. Like, who was that one? There was a celebrity that got caught with that. They were advertising, like, some phone.
Really?
Yeah, they were advertising some Android phone, and on the bottom of the tweet, it said, sent from iPhone. And people were like, oh, really? Like, so this Android phone is your favorite? I forgot what it was. It was, like, some French company.
Wow.
Mhm.
But I'm like, oh, man, like, that sucks.
Yo, you can order this on Amazon. It's like $1,000.
For an electric toilet?
Jesus.
Okay, so
Yeah.
imagine in bulk, right? I'm a business. And I buy these electric
Mhm.
toilets in bulk. How many do you need? Like, what? 8? 4 per restroom? 5?
I mean, depends
10?
on how many
Yeah,
locations.
I guess it
you
depends
have.
depends on
your
how big the
location.
business is, yeah.
Yeah, because you can literally have
Yeah.
like a small time business with just one.
You're really telling me that I'm gonna drop 10 grand on seat warmed MP3 toilets? Like, it's just not gonna happen. I don't know the advantages yet. None of those are advantages. Maybe the seat warmer is. I don't live in a cold environment, so I need a seat cooler.
So you
Do
got-
they have that? Is that possible?
Hold on. Here you go. You got automatic open and closing lids.
Yeah.
E-water technology where it
E-water.
like rinses the
E-water.
bowl and like cleans the bowl.
Yep.
Instantaneous water heating for a
No, water
bidet.
heating's bad. That's very bad.
And illuminating nightlight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking
Do you have a
nightlight.
wait, oh, in the bowl? No.
It looks like it shines out like the side to give like
Okay,
ambient
you
light
know
for
what?
the
That's
room.
okay. That is an advantage. That's not 10 grand on toilets an advantage if I'm a business.
But you also
All right, I'm
you
gonna run down this entire
Hang
list.
on.
Air deodorizer. All right, go for it.
just before we go any forward, like so you walk in like late at night, like let's say you're having a drunken night at the bar, and you just open the stall and it's just the nightlight, like there's the toilet.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was at a friend's party and he has basically it's when it's dark in the bathroom, it turns on this like RGB LED that like cycles through rainbow for inside the toilet bowl, and it is the coolest fucking thing I have ever seen in a toilet.
Then there you go, man.
All right, I'm gonna run through the
Yeah, the
feature
features,
list
go
really
ahead,
quick. We got air deodorizer, air dryer, auto open and close seat and lid, e-water plus, tankless instantaneous heated water, nightlight, pre-mist, that's in all caps,
What?
pulsating cleanse, remote control, and wide front
Wait,
cleanse.
pulsating.
the toilet
cleanse?
vibrates?
What?
It's so you don't have to use
No,
toilet paper.
it's a bidet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, that's just gonna cause water to pop up. Like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Okay. Is that are we? I think was that it? We're closing off on the toilet.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I have more to
Alright.
say, but you know
This is
what? I'm fine
incredible.
with ending it on that.
Yeah. I think that's good. It's like we just discovered the whole.
Anna,
world of,
thank you for that wonderful trip.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Well then.
But I will end on my one advice. If you ever travel to Japan, do research on how to use the toilets here, because you will walk into the bathroom and be just as dumbfounded as I was the first time I did.
You just gotta start clicking buttons and see what happens.
Because let me tell you, it was not fun going to the bathroom for the first time in here and having to spend like 10 minutes Googling how to fucking flush the thing.
Yep.
Wait, okay, so
Alright.
you said you were out at dinner, right? Hold on. Don't end this yet, Kevin.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. All right. Fine. Go ahead.
You said you were out at dinner, right?
Yes.
Did anyone ask, like, if you were okay? Like, it seems like it took a very long time to figure this whole thing out. Like, this sounds almost like a Seinfeld episode, like a full length.
It felt like it was a Seinfeld episode. When I finally got back to the table, my parents asked me if everything was okay, and I was like, yeah, it was fine. I was just, researching.
Yeah. So you waited there like for half an hour. It's like, God, did you eat something spicy? Was there food poisoning? Like, no.
No, it was research.
No, it's just this whole society is just way more advanced than us.
I felt like a cave person going into the future when I didn't know how to flush the toilet.
Were they silver shining? Future.
No.
Oh god. Great. All right, then
I felt like a Neanderthal.
Let's end it here. So, thank you everyone for listening to the Virtual Solstice podcast, episode 11. I've been your host, King Khada. You can find me at anywhere, primarily on Twitch at king/_Khada. And we had Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna, also known as The Cuddly on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me at twitch.tv/TheCuddly.
And then our bud, Vanilla.
That's me. You can find me at twitch.tv/vanillabdsm, all lowercase, all one word.
Yeah, and then finally, our very own Aqua.
You know what? This time I am going to shout something out. I have a YouTube channel. I make jokes. It's a great channel. I don't know the name of it. Hold on. Google Plus changed everything.
Wait, you're talking about your shitposting
yeah, my shitposting channel. Okay, you can find me there. This is what I'll do. Since
go.
I actually can't find the name of my channel right now, I'm going to link it like 7 times into this podcast in the YouTube description. Or not description, the YouTube comments. There we go. That's where you can find me.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And then hopefully we shall see you next time on episode 12. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
I was drinking water. I'm sorry.